There is one type of plugin that I really don't like, and it is the all-in-one plugins. You've seen them, like the vocal channel strip in a box, where you have de-essing, compression, EQ, limiting, everything that you could possibly ever want to do with your vocals, all right there. Even reverb and delay. Sounds great on paper, right? In my experience, they overpromise and underdeliver. See, when you really get into making music, mixing it, producing it, doing it for yourself and others, you start to learn that not all vocals and not all recordings are created equal, and everybody's voice is unique based on your range, based on your tonality, based on how your throat develops as a human being. The sound of your voice is going to be different than somebody else's. And then on top of that, we use different microphones with different recordings. You have different room spaces that you're recording in. Sometimes there's treated rooms, sometimes there's not treated rooms. And we're just talking about vocals here. But I've seen all-in-one solutions for guitars, for drums, for bass, for synthesizers. You name it, it's out there. One size does not fit all. So I was out at NAMM and walking around and meeting different people in different organizations, and one organization that happened to stop me is NoiseWorks. So they let me know about their new plugin called VoiceAssist, and it is an all-in-one plugin. And they told me a little bit about it. It's really a plugin that you can use on the front end to process raw vocals, so that you get a raw track, it goes in, it can kind of help you process the raw vocals, the noise levels, if there's low-end rumble, breaths, de-essing, all these things kind of that you have to work through on a vocal before you actually get to the fun stuff. I was curious about it, but they did mention it's an all-in-one solution. So immediately I was like, hold on a second, I don't know about this, guys. But then I thought about it for a second, and it was a little bit different. So they're not trying to sell me something that has EQ, compression, and all these things built in. They're selling a tool that removes bad things. Now that interests me a little bit more, because in the process of cleaning up vocals, there are quite a few steps I take depending on how the vocal was recorded, where it was recorded, what microphone was used, the type of singer. All these things influence how I take a vocal and get it ready for the mix. So if there was something out there that could possibly speed this process up, I was a little bit curious. So I finally got my hands on it, and we're gonna dive in today and see if it's actually useful or if it's just another plugin promising miracles. So we're gonna put it to use with a real production and real vocals that I just got from one of my clients today. We're gonna see if it delivers what they say it does. So let's test it. All right, so let's dive in. I'm currently producing a track with the ever-talented Sarah McSweeney, and we have some of her vocals here today that we're gonna run through NoiseWorks Voice Assist and see if the plugin actually does what it says. So I pulled up their website here. I wanted to see what it said about what this program actually does. So they talk about what each thing does here, and so what we did with the vocals is what we're gonna listen to today is we have the lead vocals in there. And so with the lead vocals, I ran it through. I used the clean setting, the low end setting, the gate setting, the dynamic setting, and the sibilance setting. I did not use the breath setting. I like to keep the breaths in there, especially for the lead vocals for a song like this. I'll kind of change them around manually, whatever I want to do with that, depending on how I feel about the song and how it's moving and all that kind of stuff, and really to keep the emotion in there. But I did use clean, obviously. It says what it does is it removes reverb, any background noise like traffic fan noise. That's interesting. We'll see what it does there. I don't think there's much of that in this track, but we'll check it out. The dynamics piece, you'll see there is quite a bit of dynamic. So it'll be interesting to see how it handles that. The low end, you know, if there's any low end rumbling, detecting resonance, all of that. Very important to get rid of, very important to tame. So I'll be interested to see how it does that. And then the sibilance piece, obviously, I don't know what I would do long-term with that. I like my kind of process of de-essing and really kind of taking each vocal as it is, because vocals are so different and the amount of de-essing that's needed per vocals changes absolutely dramatically. Every single track's a little bit different. You gotta kind of do what's needed for the track and the vocals. But we'll see kind of what it does here, see if I can find any sibilance spots as well too. So let's go ahead and dive into the track. So in the track here I've loaded up, I have the original vocals, and then I also have here the lead vocals with voice assist. So these are processed, as I said. I went through everything except for the breath. I wanted to leave the breaths in there. So let's just go through a section here. We'll see what it sounds like. We'll see what it's done, and kind of go from there. And so we'll start here with the original vocals and see what it sounds like.
Sometimes it's a struggle to just shake it off, even if I'm the only one. Sometimes it's a struggle to just shake it off, even if I'm the only one.
So I found a good spot for us to look at. There's a spot here where the microphone's picking up a little bit of air. And so let's see what Voice Assist does here. Does it actually take care of this? Is it addressing it? What's it doing? So here's the original. Here's what you can hear.
And no one believes.
The one, no one.
And no one.
No one. You hear it a little bit there with the air. And so if we go to Voice Assist, let's see if it addresses that.
And no one believes.
Okay, it does sound a little quieter.
And no one. And no one believes.
It is reduced, which is good.
Even if I'm the only one. Even if I'm the only one.
I'm hearing a lot of great things from a dynamics perspective, from a low end perspective. I haven't been able to really put it to the test on the noise perspective, the background noise. I'm not hearing a lot of that, which is good normally. I mean, that's a pretty easy fix anyways. But from a dynamics perspective, from a low end perspective, it is doing a really great job with that too. So the real questions here are, does it actually clean vocals up? Does it save time, and does it make mixing easier? So I have a lot more testing to do here, but first impressions are, I think it has done an absolutely great job with the low end, with the dynamics, kind of pulling those together. De-essing, I have noticed. I've done some additional tests here too. I've noticed it does a good job with the de-essing, kind of pulling everything back down, and it really does help to shape the vocals in a way that makes it a lot easier when I'm gonna go through my workflow, and there's a lot less things I'm gonna have to do to fix it. So is this plugin worth using? I would say yes, 100%. I think you should go out and get it, test it out for yourself, and see if it fits into your workflow. I'll get back to you on how much time I think it's gonna save me in the long run, but I think this is a great first step to run your vocals through before you go ahead and put it into your session and get it rolling. So if you liked anything I said today, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. We got a lot more great content coming for you, so keep making music. See you soon.